think he can win.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to win, but I think he can win.
So
but
he's
going to have to box a brilliant fight.
He was definitely better. He was better when he fought because he was more technically sound and knew how to do things. Whereas
And Floyd Mayweather understands that, guess what? Styles make fights. He understands styles make fights. And he understands the greatness of Terence Crawford.
Joe Rogan recently predicted the outcome of a potential fight between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford, praising Mayweather as one of the greatest boxers in history and reminding fans of his dominance in his prime. He noted that many people overlook just how much Mayweather achieved against elite opponents. While acknowledging that Crawford is a highly skilled fighter and that the matchup would be tough, Rogan emphasized that Mayweather's defensive brilliance and exceptional ring IQ would make him nearly impossible to beat, even against someone as talented as Crawford.
Floyd was in his prime.
Yeah.
That would have been fucking incredible to see which style's superior.
Yeah.
Because Floyd would move towards you like this, he would just get right up on you. It would just show you how good Floyd really is.
Yeah.
Because the fact that he's won decisions by, playing it safe, people that just don't get excited about him and they recognize him with the all-time greats. He's the best.
Analysts acknowledged Floyd Mayweather's legendary Hall of Fame status and unmatched career accomplishments, while also praising Terence Crawford as the current pound-for-pound best fighter. Both men defeated Canelo Alvarez in their respective eras, but the comparison remains difficult since each dominated in a unique way. Determining a winner between Mayweather and Crawford feels nearly impossible, as both represent the pinnacle of boxing excellence.
Crawford won, in my opinion, 10 rounds to 2. If you want to be, generous, 9 rounds to 3. But he clearly won the fight against Canelo Alvarez. Clearly. And Floyd Mayweather understands that, guess what? Styles make fights. He understands styles make fights. And he understands the greatness of Terence Crawford. And he stated on numerous occasions that, guess what? Terence Crawford is pound for pound the best fighter in the world. And he believed it. He put his money where his mouth is. And it held to be true, period. So, again, and I hate to do this and I hate to keep saying this, right? But people try their best to try to pit Terence Crawford against Floyd Mayweather, right? Who's better? Who beat Canelo Alvarez better? Who did it better? So on and so forth, right? The fact remains is this: they both outclassed him. They both won in dominant fashion, and styles make fights, right? And the style that Terence Crawford presents, the style Floyd Mayweather presents, now they do it different, is too much for Canelo Alvarez, period. Point blank and period.
Bob Arum shared his perspective on the fantasy matchup between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford, stating that he believes Crawford would win even if the fight took place during Mayweather's prime. Arum argued that Crawford's rare combination of adaptability, speed, and ring intelligence makes him unique in modern boxing, and he emphasized that Crawford's ability to adjust to any opponent would give him the edge even against a defensive master like Mayweather.
What's up, fight fans? Prime for prime. Who wins a fight, Floyd Mayweather Jr. or Bud Crawford? Bob Arum says Bud. Do you agree?
For prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really? Why?
Because Crawford is a unique kind of fighter that other fighters haven't seen. And the ability that he has to switch, fighters aren't used to that. They don't train for that. I just think Crawford is a very, very unique talent.
Trainer Greg Hackett explained why Canelo Alvarez admitted that Terence Crawford's victory over him holds more weight than Floyd Mayweather's, noting that when Mayweather faced Canelo, the young Mexican star was still inexperienced and developing at the top level, whereas Crawford defeated a seasoned, fully developed champion. Hackett argued that this is why Canelo views Crawford's achievement as more significant, since it came against a matured and stronger version of himself.
Is way better than Floyd Mayweather Jr. What's your thoughts on his statement, and do you agree with the sentiment?
him saying that, I can't say he capping. I can't, because I don't know what he felt. But when I heard that, what I think is, when Floyd beat me, I was 23, I wasn't polished. When Bud beat me, I was the man. I was the man. And he beat me fair and square. He beat me at my game and he beat me at his game. That's why Canelo said that. Do I believe that? It's tough to believe. We're not gonna ever see Bud versus Floyd. And it's crazy. It's crazy because I would love to see that fight, but I know we're not gonna see it. But I can only take Canelo's word because he's the man that's been in the ring with both of them. But I understand why he said it. I was a kid when I fought Floyd. He wasn't a kid literally, but he was young. He was young. There was a lot he didn't know. There was a lot he didn't understand about boxing that he later on learned and got better. But Bud beat the better version of me, even though it's the ran down version. I'm saying that because it is some wear and tear there with Canelo. I've been saying it the whole time. When a guy got almost 70 fights in current time, with all those big camps he's been doing and all that, trust me, it's some wear and tear there. I'm not making excuses for Canelo. I'm just saying, I do give Bud his credit though for beating Canelo, and Canelo understands I am a better fighter today than I was back then. But that's hard to say because Floyd, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Bud took maybe 20% of what Floyd did and added that to his repertoire for this fight.
Commentators Simon Jordan, Adam Smith, and Duke McKenzie reflected on the atmosphere leading up to Floyd Mayweather's clash with Canelo Alvarez, noting that Canelo entered the fight undefeated, bigger in size and weight, and was widely expected to hand Mayweather his first loss at age 36. Many analysts believed Canelo's strength and youth would overwhelm him, but the bout unfolded differently as Mayweather showcased his brilliance, using his defensive style to neutralize Canelo's offense and deliver a masterclass performance that silenced all doubts.
Terence Crawford, they were all the question marks. Could he do that? Could he cope with the power of Canelo Alvarez, who's adapted now and had to adjust in his career? He now throws single shots. And that's why it was the calculated gamble. Well, it wasn't really a gamble because me and Simon called it from the beginning. Right. That we go, Mayweather ticks every department. You go, the only thing that people are hedging their bets on is that Canelo's the bigger guy, but he wasn't really anyway. Nah. You can see, because Crawford come down from 185 anyway, you can see the physicality's in there. He was all the size of Canelo.
As Edward said long before this fight, I just think styles make fights, and Canelo's style, this style of Canelo, was suited for Crawford. He can't throw combinations anymore. There's no more head movement from Canelo. Yeah. He tries to walk people down and hit you all over the body and all over the head if he can, but he can't put his combination. He can't sustain the combinations. And what really impressed me about Crawford was the fact that it was a question of like, he didn't want to trade off early with Canelo. He traded late with Canelo because he couldn't take his power early. So in the early rounds, it was just pity-patting and just tapping him, kept spinning him, kept turning him and driving him mad. And then in the later rounds, as Canelo started to fade, from round 7, round 8, as the pace got a little bit slower, then Crawford's confidence, he was confident enough within himself to stand and trade with him. And even when he got on his side, he was hitting him with like 3s and 4s, hard shots, constant shots. He just kept spinning him, kept turning him, and Canelo didn't really know where he was. And another great thing about Crawford, stayed southpaw throughout the whole fight, and Canelo admitted after that he couldn't handle a southpaw.
Couldn't work it out.
Couldn't work it out whatsoever.
Adam, we had Paulie Malignaggi on the show the other day with myself and Jim, and I want you to listen to what he had to say and see what you think of it.
I think Canelo has been, for a while, a diminishing fighter.
Shane Mosley, a former world champion who fought both Floyd Mayweather and Canelo Alvarez, offered a unique perspective based on first-hand experience, emphasizing that Mayweather's style set him apart in every way. He explained that Floyd's timing, ability to read opponents, and mastery of ring control were unmatched, allowing him to neutralize even physically stronger fighters with intelligence and precision. While acknowledging Canelo's power and skill, Mosley stressed that he could not match Mayweather's ability to dictate the pace and direction of a fight. Having shared the ring with both men, Mosley firmly believed Mayweather operated on a higher level, proving himself the more complete and dominant fighter compared to the younger Mexican champion.
Everything, man. He's the man.
Absolutely. You fought both Canelo and Mayweather. I was surprised to hear Canelo say that straight after the fight. I mean, credit to him, he's been really humble in defeat. You fought them both. Who did you think was better, Canelo or Mayweather? I know that's Canelo was saying it was Crawford better than Mayweather, but who did you think was better out of Canelo and Mayweather?
Mayweather's definitely better. He was better when they fought him because he was more technically sound and knew how to do things. Whereas Canelo had more power and placed the shots probably better. No, he didn't place the shots better. He was just younger and places the shots really good. Like Canelo was really good at 21 years old. Like I was impressed. I was very impressed with Canelo at 21. But Mayweather was still technically more sound. Go ahead.
Did you believe or do you agree with the fact that Canelo is saying Crawford is better than Mayweather from an outsider's perspective, having not fought Crawford? Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well.
Another perspective emphasized the generational shift in boxing greatness, acknowledging Floyd Mayweather as one of the all-time greats, but arguing that Terence Crawford would come out on top if they fought today. The reasoning is rooted in timing. Mayweather already dominated his era, while Crawford now leads this one. Every great fighter has his time, and in the present era, Crawford is seen as the most dominant force carrying the mantle forward.
You know, he's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Absolutely, and I noticed when I asked you, there was a slight pause. It's a real conversation now to be had. Crawford, pardon me, up there with the likes of Mayweather. He's really etched himself into the Mount GOAT conversations.
Oh yeah, he's definitely one of the GOATs.
Joe Rogan praised Floyd Mayweather not only for his incredible skills, but also for his discipline outside the ring, noting how he managed to stay in peak condition despite immense wealth, fame, and a lifestyle surrounded by partying. Unlike many athletes who lose focus, Mayweather remained consistent and never allowed ego to derail his career. Rogan admitted that if Terence Crawford were to face Floyd at his prime, the matchup would be the ultimate test of Crawford's greatness, highlighting just how high a standard Mayweather had set.
The idea of pulling up at a yacht is it's the opposite of what everybody tells you about fighting. The only person who's been able to do like that is Floyd Mayweather. He's the only guy who's been able to just be balling out of control, constantly flashing money, $1 million watches, you know, a fleet of super expensive cars, and still fucks everybody up.
He does.
The thing about Floyd is he never lost his discipline.
But through that ball and night, I don't think he was doing drugs or drinking.
Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas, he'd be partying. It looked like he's partying, he's drinking water. And then he would have his driver drive, and with his fucking jeans on, he would jog home. I mean, the dude was always training.
And trainer Abel Sanchez shared his perspective on Terence Crawford's current position in boxing, noting that Crawford has reached true superstar status not only because of his victories, but also due to the quality of opponents he has defeated and the dominant manner in which he has done so. Sanchez emphasized that Crawford's global recognition is well-deserved, cementing his place as one of the best fighters in modern boxing.
I thought Terence fought a virtuoso fight. Terence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason, but Terence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar.
Brian Bomac McIntyre, Crawford's longtime trainer, asserted that after Crawford's most recent victory, there should be no debate about who rules the current boxing landscape, confidently declaring him the greatest fighter of this era. He highlighted Crawford's technical brilliance, dominance across multiple weight divisions, and consistent ability to overcome every challenge, emphasizing that Crawford has already proven everything necessary to be recognized as the face of his generation.
How are you feeling to be Chris Eubank's trainer, first of all?
It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been this trainer before, so
yeah, it's good.
It's a no-brainer.
Of course. Congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory? One of the greats of this era, right?
Oh, definitely that. You know that.
What do you want to see him do now?
What I want to do now?
What do you want to see Crawford do next?
Do what he at this point now in his career where he could do whatever he wanted to do.
Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see?
It doesn't matter.
What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire?
I don't. Canelo's not my responsibility.
Okay.
Rob Aosta reacted strongly to Terence Crawford's performance, admitting he would never doubt him again after seeing how Crawford consistently proves skeptics wrong regardless of the opposition. He explained that whenever fans or analysts expect Crawford to struggle, he instead delivers a masterclass, showcasing his dominance. Aosta's reaction reflected a broader sentiment within the boxing community, where Crawford has earned unwavering respect as a consistent and seemingly unstoppable force.
I stood on it, and I'm not going to change what I said in the past or anything. I didn't think he could pull it off. He did, and not only did he pull it off, he did it. It's phenomenal. Like, he did everything right. Like, it's like he fought a perfect fight. He banged with him when he needed to. He boxed him when he needed to. He established the jab. He kept the southpaw. He kept him frustrated. I got nothing, bro. I tell you what, I would never go against that man again. I ain't doing that shit. That shit was crazy. But I do want to give a credit to those that deserve it. Like, Terence deserves full credit for his abilities, for his IQ, Bo-Mac for his coaching, and you know, Bo-Mac told him to stay southpaw. He wanted to come out orthodox. Bo-Mac told him to stay southpaw because of what Canelo was weak at.
Terence Crawford has weighed in on the fantasy matchup with Floyd Mayweather, confidently stating that if they had met during Mayweather's prime, he would have won. His remark underscores the self-belief and competitive spirit that have fueled his career success. While fans continue to debate who would truly come out on top, Crawford's confidence in his abilities reflects how strongly he views his place in boxing history.
Yeah, so if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh shit, okay, I'm just asking. Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight though.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
Andre Ward, a former champion and close ally of Terence Crawford, offered thoughtful advice shaped by his own experience with boxing's pressures, suggesting that now might be the perfect time for Crawford to step away from the sport. Ward believes Crawford has already secured his place among the greats by climbing weight divisions, defeating elite opponents, and delivering performances that will be remembered for decades. He emphasized that retiring while still on top would preserve Crawford's legacy in its purest form, warning that many fighters stay too long chasing paydays or trying to prove a point, only to tarnish their achievements with unnecessary losses. For Ward, the best way to honor Crawford's career is for him to retire unmatched in respect and undefeated in spirit.
Personally, I wouldn't be mad if I never see Terence fight again. The way he performed, getting ready to be 38, I think, in a few days. Man, what better way to go out? What better way to tell the game goodbye? What better way? Who you gonna fight? I was arguing with Max on the way to the venue about Boots Ennis. Nah, we don't go fight Canelo and then go back and fight Boots Ennis. I saw a report today, somebody was talking about him going up to light heavyweight. Nah, we don't go up to light heavyweight. We just went up 3 weight classes since the Spence fight and 2 weight classes since the Madrimov fight, my last fight. This is the perfect send-off, Roy.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Without
it's the perfect send-off.
That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned and be sure to join us next time for more boxing insights and breakdowns.